all he needed, discipline and focus.
The NFL be playing against the best.
Let's go!
Back here at Lambeau Field, I see we got T-Bechilln, we got Brock Fox. We got NFL football from the 2-yard line. Love out of his own end zone, goes to Watson. Theo Jackson brings him down. He gets 7 yards, getting into the breathing room here. Against this defense, statistically not the same, not as good as they have been in recent years. But you talked to Matt before. You talk to really anybody that's getting ready to face off with Brian Flores' defense. This is still a massive battle to get ready for.
Yeah, there's just so much to prepare for because until you get into the game, you don't really know what the flavor of the week is. How many guys are going to be along the defensive front? Sure. You know they're going to blitz, but who's going to pressure? The packages are very complicated. It's a very good defense to prepare for.
Second and short, Wilson had a steam, stepped up the line, and it's going to be a little bit short there. Wilson finished him off. We get our first game break. Here's Carissa Thompson.
In the last show, Giants looking to snap a 5-game losing streak, visiting Detroit. Even if the Lions will get trick plays, but here it is. Throwing it back to James Winston. He finds Wandale Robinson's bucket. Robinson behind the defense for the 39-yard score. Giants lead 7-0. Joe?
Mike Elkins saying, let's go. I'm waiting my whole life to be the head man.
And James, he's a thrill of minute.
The NFC North upside down from last year. Minnesota and Detroit already more losses than last year. And if the playoffs today, the Lions would miss the playoffs. Still a long way to go, though. Third and short. Wilson will try it again. This time he gets it. Emmanuel Wilson to the 19. Stopped by Metellus.
A new little wrinkle here for the floor. Last couple short yardage situations coming in with a jumbo tight end. Kennard, number 70, is their next tackle. They're using him a little bit there again. But Tucker Kraft, he was the one guy they could leave on the field no matter what the play was. He was good in the run game. He was great yards after catch. He could get downfield in the passing game. So they're trying to share that role between not only the tight end group, but today specifically with a jumbo guy.
Chris Brooks back in the running back. He's only carried the ball 3 times this year. Getting a chance today with Jacobs out. He's in there to protect.
Nice block.
It was Redmond and Wilson both coming off of the edge there. And Wilson got his hand on it. 2nd and 10. How about Eric Wilson? Who they signed really to be a veteran depth piece, but with an injury early on to Blake Cashman, got his chance. And you look up now in late November, he's their leading tackler.
And when they signed him, he said they had no visions of him being a every week starter and every down player, but he's just played his way into the starting lineup, even with the return of Cashman.
Play action. Love given all day. Throws low, and it's broken up. Isaiah Rodgers with a nice break on the ball. Knocks it away from Musgrave. 3rd and 10.
So you start talking about some of the differences. Nice play here. Yeah, I don't even know if he touched it. I think Musgrave just kind of misjudged the low ball a little bit. One he probably could have caught. Not that it would have been for much of a game. But you talk about kind of the regression of this Vikings defense, and of course the takeaways are at the top of the list. Last year they had 33, this year 9, allowing some more big plays, but they're just not affecting the quarterback as much as we're used to seeing over the years.
Here's where it's like, oh my gosh, what am I even looking at if I'm Jordan Love? And they're going to come after him and get there.
He barely made that pass.
Down. Jordan Love making a
Damn.
Under siege for 15 yards to Wicks. I mean, Wilson was unblocked, and Love still found a way to get it out of there.
That's just so good. Understanding where your hots are. Blake Cashman is the dropper. He's supposed to drop underneath that hot window, and even with Wilson bearing down on him, Jordan Love knows he's got a void in the secondary. It's a lot of zone coverage, too high shell. So there are some voids underneath if you can get the ball there, and that's just a big-time play from your quarterback.
1st and 10, looks to throw. He's under pressure again. Love on the move, throws incomplete. I've heard you say before that 3rd down is a quarterback statistic. What a great example of that right there.
Yeah, I mean, you look around the league, teams that are really good in must-pass situations. So 3rd and long, of course, being one of them, 2-minute drill, second half of the game when you're trailing. There's a whole lot of ways to be in must-pass situations. And This is the best third and long team in football, and that's why I said at the top of the show, like, continue to give Jordan Love more responsibility, more trust in his decision making, because this is a better passing team than they are a run team. I think they got to continue to do it more.
Flags fly. False start.
False start, number 86. Offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Matt LaFleur said there's a couple things that stand out to him right now about Jordan Love. The toughness in the pocket, check right here, and then the accuracy, check right there.
And one of the other cool, kind of interesting wrinkles that's unique about Minnesota is a lot of teams, Joe, when they blitz, which no one does more than Minnesota, they only play with one deep safety. So there's more guys at that second level. The Vikings play more too high safety than any team in the league. So that second level pass defense is short a man they pressure.
Bringing an extra man right here. It's picked up over the head of Wilson and incomplete coverage from Harrison Smith. 3rd and 15. Again, put the Packers to the test here on 3rd and long. These Vikings 14-3 last year, just 4-6 this year. 2-0 though in division road games. Coming here to Lambeau, trying to hand the Packers a 3rd consecutive loss in this stadium. And you're talking about how good the Packers have been on 3rd down. That is mostly in their 3rd and long, where they do let Jordan Love do his thing.
Look, and they're 25th and 3rd short, which is typically a more of a run down. So very clear where their strengths are, and I like the calls today so far.
This time they show blitz and bail out to the Vikings, and Dallas Turner's going to get there.
Good sack. Good sack.
Pick last year, getting more and more of an opportunity lately with Grenard out for the 2nd straight week. Starting for Grenard, he gets a sack.
Hey, you see, they bring Wiley, the tight end. He's supposed to chip. And at the top, I don't know. I don't love chipping a guy out, right? You got a guy with the speed of Dallas Turner. You want to get on his outside edge and chip him into the tackle. Don't let him get so far away from Walker, the left tackle. It just creates too much space for a speed rusher.
Vikings force the punt. Daniel Whelan on to punt it. Miles Price, the rookie, had the best punt return of his young career last week. Backs up to take it to the 15. Price spins and goes down to the 23. Packers all over it. 61-yard punt from Whelan. 7-3 game. McCarthy and the Vikings set it back out there. Vikings force the punt. And Whelan on to punt it. Miles Price, the rookie, had the best punt return.
No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is an immunotherapy known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 18 types of cancer. One of those cancers is early-stage non-small cell lung cancer. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies before surgery when you have early-stage lung cancer, which can be removed by surgery, and then continued alone after surgery to help prevent your lung cancer from coming back.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, headache, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, persistent or severe muscle pain or weakness, muscle cramps, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, such as Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, lupus, or myasthenia gravis, or Guillain-Barré syndrome, an organ, tissue, or stem cell transplant, or receive chest radiation. Keytruda can harm your unborn baby.
See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you. It's true. Keytruda.
Here's to the stuff that never stopped. To the flavor that found its way into everything. From just one spot to America's #1 spot for wings. This isn't just a meal. It's an arrival. Wingstop is here.
Making them meet on your time. Classic corporate power move.
Sorry, this is the only 20 minutes I have.
But the real power move? End-to-end visibility for temperature-controlled healthcare shipping. FedEx, the new power move.
Who's mom?
Giannis,
How do you keep busy waiting for Black Friday?
scrolling for deals, Giannis. You?
Crafting. Also knitting.
Oh, look. great deals on non-Giannis made gifts.
Thanksgiving Day on Fox. Jordan Love leads the Packers
Down!
in a pivotal NFC North showdown against Jared Goff and the Lions.
What a play!
Coverage begins Thanksgiving Day at 11 a.m.
Oh,
Eastern
man.
on Fox.
Packers and Lions, the first game on Thursday. Okay, at 11
Just over a
o'clock.
minute left in this first quarter.
Say less.
Third drive coming up for the Vikings. Marched it down, got a field goal their first drive, punted on their second possession. This one begins from the 24. Mason's in there running back. Packers load up near the line of scrimmage. McCarthy rolls, looking to throw over the top of it, and has Jefferson for his second catch. Go back to the last play of the last drive, Greg.
Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about, just how alignment helps. So you're going to see here, Josh Riley, number 81, he alerts. You see him tapping his helmet? He's coming in here, alert, a lot of pressure. But see how he stops inside Dallas Turner? He's now chipping him away from Rasheed Walker. He should have just reset his alignment on the outside and chip him down into the tackle and take some of that speed rush ability away by creating so much open space.
Those sacks, such a big part of what the Vikings do when the defense is right. They get their first one today with Turner. An injured player at the end of this play. It's Keyshawn Nixon, their corner.
It looks like he ran into his own guy. Devontae Wyatt. See Devontae Wyatt just stand on the sideline, just a collision on the sideline, defending Jefferson. And
it's a big dude to run into. Wyatt 6'3", 300-plus pounds, and Nixon, full speed, goes right into him. Vikings go first down pass play right there, and the Packers are daring them to.
Yeah, they're playing a lot of base. Coming into the year, this was a very low base team. About 30% of the snaps Green Bay would play with only 4 defensive backs. But those first couple possessions, they were up over 50%. So a lot of big bodies on the field, daring them to throw the ball on early downs.
On second and short, it's a Mason run, and he's got a first down. And more teams have been running the ball against the Packers the last few weeks. Carolina and Philadelphia beat them running the football, and the Giants had really no business hanging around, and were in that game until very late with a run-based approach. And there have been a lot of calls from Vikings fans, why don't we run the ball more? Protect this young quarterback. Jefferson motions on first down from the 35.
Just trying to make them jump. They're going to take this thing into the second quarter.
And that's what they do. So it'll be first down for the Vikings, down 7-3 when we start the second after this break.
If my mortgage lender used Agent Force, powerful AI from Salesforce, a digital agent would have helped me pre-qualify before my dream house was sold. Wow.
The buyer's lender used Agent Force.
Well, who's the buyer?
Hey, bro. Welcome to Casa de Wood.
Oh, jeez.
Morning, Mr. Hill.
Pool's open next week. Bathing suit optional.
Agent Force helps lenders prevent finance fiascos. It's what AI was meant to be.
Ohio State beats every except Michigan.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time.
A great time to buy Ranger, Maverick,
Slater, and F-Series.
America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Let's line them up.
Now that's some holiday power.
That's Holiday Pro Power onboard.
It's like a mobile generator.
Now get 0 down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days on a new Ford F-150 XLT. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
I know normally this is not what you recommend teams do, but it's been a way to stay in the game and have any kind of success against the Packers running the ball lately.
Yeah, teams aren't going to do this until Green Bay forces them to play from behind, right? So by opening up the offense, you're going to scare people out of the ability to just sit there and run the ball, because high-volume run does not scare half of the defensive coordinator, because they don't give up big, explosive run plays.
Come on.
The fullback sitting there to lead the way for Jordan Mason on 1st and 10 to open the second quarter. Mason stacked up after a gain of 4. Kamal Haddon is getting his first NFL snaps at corner this week, and a chance perhaps to get a few more here with Nixon leaving the game with an injury.
Well, it kind of leads, what you brought up kind of leads to a larger conversation, Joe, going around the NFL. And, you know, the reason a lot of teams' rushing attempts are up are not necessarily because offensive coordinators believe that's the best way to score points. Defensive coaches are almost saying, we'd rather you run the ball, so take what's there. And some coaches fall into that trap.
Mason again has a seam, and Jordan
Okay.
clear, tripped up, crossing the 40. 20 yards for Jordan Mason.
Yeah, so this is the element where now a run game actually matters. You can see they just misfit it. Just from depth here, Evan Williams, the safety, just gets pinned, and that allows Mason to pop it. So giving up gross yards mean nothing. Addison with a really nice job there, pinning Williams, and that gets him into that next second level.
Jordan Mason, who's their leading rusher this year, has carried a lot of the load with the injury issues for Jones. He's got a big hole again here. And close to a first down. Mason, who they got in a trade from San Francisco this offseason. This is a starting caliber running back that was buried behind Christian McCaffrey in San Francisco. And they said, hey, here's a chance to get a really good player that they're not using.
Yeah, and they thought the combination of Mason and Aaron Jones, that was the vision they had for the season. So, of course, having the two of them now playing together with Jones back from injury, that's the 1-2 punch Kevin O'Connell was so excited about going into the season.
2nd down and 2. Mason again behind Ham. Has a first down. The Vikings keeping the ball on the ground. Now, the other caveat to the whole big picture discussion of do you run the ball or do you pass the ball is that you got McCarthy, who's not just a young quarterback, but one trying to find some comfort, trying to gain his footing. This seems like the way, even if you don't necessarily want to do it, to help get him some of that comfort.
Yeah, and if you're going to be explosive and efficient on 1st and 2nd down, it's certainly the way you approach. They are a better running team than they are a passing team. Very different than the conversation with the Packers.
There's 5 straight runs on this drive. Going to snap it with a bootleg. McCarthy hits across in Josh Oliver. 5 for him before McKinney stops him.
Again, we've mentioned it now a few times. Quay Walker, the Mike linebacker, they're playing a lot of base, playing 3 linebackers. McDuffie, Hopper, Edgerrin Cooper. So playing more 3 linebackers than you typically do, and your best linebacker is obviously out. So we've seen some run plays not fitted up perfectly, and it's something they haven't been susceptible to all season long.
Jones is back in. Ham the block. Jones the cut. Tackled by Cooper. 3rd and short. Vikings averaging 6 yards per carry so far. An injury update. Here's Pam.
Joe, the word on cornerback Keyshawn Nixon. Nixon's injury, he's got a stinger, and he is questionable.
All right, so as we saw, Pam, Kamal Haddon has come into the game. Jeff Hafford just told us this week this Haddon has been so good in practice, we can't help but find a way to get him in the game, and he is forced in here. His first snaps in the NFL. 3rd and 1. Out of the gun for McCarthy. Now Hawkinson steps under center to sneak it. Hawkinson got driven down short. A little fancy right here. We've seen gain, 4th and 1.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of teams go to the tight end tush push, and in this regard, there's no push. It's just kind of traditional quarterback sneak, but we see the Seahawks do it with Barner. Here they do it with Hawkinson. Teams understand the value of the quarterback sneak, but they don't always want it to be the quarterback.
Offense stays on the field. Crowd comes to life. 4th down and 1 for the Vikings. Mason not going to get there. Barre stops him on 4th down. And the Vikings come up empty inside the red zone. Kingsley and Barre playing more and more on the edge for the Packers. The 4th-year man out of South Carolina with a big 4th down stop.
That could have passed.
So we had one translate. The whole routine was getting stable.
His last insurance company wasn't doing it for him.
So this box had to try.
He switched to Geico.
Like 5, 6, 7, 8, $900.
He saved over $900 by switching.
You're not Emmett Smith, but we'll treat you like him. It feels good to get the star treatment. It feels good to Geico.
A Chewy order is on the way for Hunter, who finds anything he puts his nose to. This holiday, Mom uses Chewy to save up to 40% on gifts that Hunter loves hunting down. For low prices, for holidays with pets, there's Chewy.
La playa is Spanish for the beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too.
What's in your wallet?
Turn back time on your engine with Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind motor oil that removes up to 100% of engine composites and protects against future damage. Ask for Valvoline Restore and Protect at your next oil change.
Over the years, people have called him superhuman.
But I'm not. Like nearly 24 million adults, I struggle with moderate obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA. Got those breathing interruptions during sleep? The loud snoring, choking, and daytime fatigue? It could be OSA. Talk to your doctor, because there's nothing superhuman about ignoring OSA symptoms.
The triple treat box is back, so you can holiday as hard as this guy.
Look who I found on the roof.
Holiday harder with the triple treat box from Pizza Hut.
Well, it's a rare long drive for the Vikings. Run the ball well, but come up empty-handed. And even though they're outgaining the Packers so far, they're down 7-3. Green Bay's got it. 1st down from the 18. Wilson kept on going. Boy, stepped up at the line of scrimmage and then squeezed out of there and got 11.
Tell you what, Daniel Wilson, he's making the most of his opportunities. Josh Jacobs being out, and it's really just been second effort, run through contact. We showed the touchdown on the opening drive where he just ran through Blake Cashman at the goal line, and he's a big physical guy. He's got some burst. There's a lot of excitement even before the Josh Jacobs injury. I think there was a lot of excitement to see what he could do with more opportunities.
3rd season in Green Bay. Gets his first start today, though. Got it again right here. And Wilson with another solid run and a gain of 7 to the 35. Mentioned out of a Division II program in Georgia, Fort Valley State. He was undrafted from there, signed with the Denver Broncos, and he's like, okay, I'm going to get a chance to live this NFL dream. They cut him after 3 days. So he called home to his mom and said, I'm probably done. He was in tears. I don't think I'm going to get another shot. The Packers called him soon after that. Got one of the last spots on the roster and said, okay, I've made it to the NFL. I'm on an active roster. Last year, I actually got to carry the ball a little bit in a bigger and bigger role in a Cinderella career for Manuel Wilson. 3 straight carries for him. This time hit at the line of scrimmage, finished forward for a couple. Metellus the tackle, but Metellus, key player on this defense, is hurt. Holding his left knee.
I think it was friendly fire. Mentioned how good of a player he is. He gets hit by his own player, and you see Brian Flores, he just hopes that one of his best players is okay.
Offense turn to the Bears.
Fire is the
Tackled immediately after taking it for 2 yards. Albungamiga with a stop. Eric Bieniemy, running backs coach, shared his opinion with the Swift, and got an injured Steeler. DK Metcalf has to hop off the field. That's the Steelers wide receiver 1 right there. That would be big. We'll see if Evan can keep an eye on that for us. Second down and 8 for Pittsburgh. They're inside the 4. Toss it to the outside. Flyer move. That spin gets a gain of 2. The Bears were on top of it. Send it down to Evan.
Well, guys, I'll get on back.
Month for 26 months. Visible. Live in the know.
Dad, what happened to the evil wizard? You're still thinking about that Bills game, huh? Try this.
Better?
Sorry, Josh. I mean, Jason. I named you. Snickers satisfies.
Chris, what are you doing? Getting ready for game day. It's only my second favorite holiday ever. Chris? Not now, Patricia. It is game day. Sports. Ooh, buffalo wings. I didn't know buffaloes had wings.
You can never be too prepared for game day, all right?
Hey, Tim! Go long, buddy!
Well, hopefully they're trying to go to sleep on the stream, but
Make game day a
sorry.
home at Target.
You're so strong.
Now it is time for you to return home.
Week 12 continues later today on CBS and Fox, followed by Sunday Night Football as the Buccaneers face the Rams on NBC. And Week 12 concludes with Monday Night Football as the Panthers square off against the 49ers on ESPN. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
Jonathan Grenard's already out. Now Josh Metellus is out. You could argue the 2 most important, best players on this Vikings defense, both out of the game. 3rd and 1 for the Packers. Vikings go with bigger personnel, and Wilson navigates his way for a first down. He's carried it on every play of this drive, and the drive will continue with this gain of 5 right here.
Well, we mentioned coming into the game, the Vikings had been a kind of a heavy base team, so only playing with 4 defensive backs. We talked to Brian Flores a couple days ago, and he said, we're going to start playing Metellus a little bit more at the second-level linebacker spot, treat it as kind of a 3-safety, big nickel package, and just get a little bit more versatility. So they don't really have another guy to fill that role.
Wilson again. Hope that he's in good shape because they are riding him. And Emmanuel Wilson to the left side with 4 yards on first down, chopped down by Blake Cashman. Spot duty as a rookie, ran for 500 yards last year's Jacobs primary backup for the first time. Jacobs today misses a game for the first time in his 2 years with the Packers. So Wilson and Brooks sharing the load, but it's been mostly Wilson as Brooks gives him a much-deserved break. Five plays on this drive, all Wilson runs. And now play-action pass. Love hits the other running back, Chris Brooks. Van Ginkel pushes him out a little bit short. So another 3rd down and 1 for the Packers. They've been awesome on 3rd down so far today.
It's funny, though, we showed that graphic earlier, and they're actually better in 3rd and pass than they are 3rd and short. So that's not typically what you see from NFL offenses, but obviously speaks to the run game and the passing game and how the two marry each other up. But they've had a lot of success on the ground here in the first half, and Have to imagine they continue to test this Vikings run defense.
4 to 5 on third down today. Perfect on third short. Brooks converts another third down. Chris Brooks, third-year man at a BYU. Got a couple of yards, stopped by Cashman. How about Josh Metellus back in the game? Vikings fans can breathe a sigh of relief here because that did not look good.
It did not. I mean, we chose not to show it, but we had a really good shot of him kind of waving the athletic training staff and the doctors onto the field pretty quickly after getting hit by his teammate Eric Wilson. So looked like he just got a little more scared than he did hurt, which is great for everybody involved.
So you're talking about him playing a little more linebacker this week. Brian Flores said part of it is just the more involved he is, the better. The closer to the ball he is, the better. Timeout taken by Green Bay. 5:54 to go in this first half in a 7-3 game. We've talked about this Minnesota defense. Brian Flores, his fingerprints all over it. And he's done enough uniquely with his defense. You know what you're talking about when you hear Brian Flores, but give us some of the detail.
Yeah, so they're going to blitz, meaning they're going to bring 5 or more rushers at the highest rate in the league. Here's the biggest difference. They're not taking the ball away nearly as well as they did a season ago. They're on the field a lot more. A lot of that is tied in to the struggles on the offensive side of the ball for Minnesota. So often we look at, defenses or offenses in a vacuum, but more often than not, the struggles of one side of the ball oftentimes are more impacted by the struggles of their counterpart, right? So in this case, their offense isn't as explosive, their offense isn't as efficient, they're on the field more, not defending a lead, and just a little bit of a different play.
Wilson's back in, bounces to the outside, and with his tank reloaded, he runs for another first down. Emmanuel Wilson, already with a season high in carries. Actually going to spot him, looks like maybe a little bit short here. Solid first down gain for Wilson. Well, they do say enough for a first down, and Wilson already over 50 yards on the day.
Jonathan Grenard. So he's the other edge player, typically the starting edge, opposite from Van Ginkel. Dallas Turner. He's kind of the pass rush specialist. He's playing a lot more now on first and second down. Rush defense on the perimeter is not exactly the strength of his game. That time they ran right at him.
9th play of the drive, it's the 8th run. Yeah, this one finally shut down. Byron Murphy from his corner spot gets the tackle. Inside of 5 to go in this first half.
Now, we see Brian Flores do this a lot. Byron Murphy, they're going to bring corner cat, what they call it, and they typically do it from the near side. So if the ball's on that hash, they call that the boundary corner. He's to like the narrow side of the field. It's very easy from these cut condensed formations to blitz cornerbacks, and it's actually a run-stopping blitz.
You know somebody's probably going to be coming. They blitz more than any team in the NFL. You just don't know where it's going to come from. Everybody's a candidate. Love steps up and finds Romeo Doubs. Leading receiver for the Packers this year. Extra important with all the injuries they've dealt with. And on his first catch of the day, he's got 18.
You see Dobbs. He's just going to continue to work and find space. He starts on the backside. Oh, that's the play before. Sorry, here you go. Great job here by Jordan Love, working all the way back to the open space on the backside of the concept. Jordan Love only has time to work through to his last progression. The offensive line did a great job up front.
Back to the ground, and Brooks got away from Wilson, but that was it. Struggled to get back to the line of scrimmage where Javon Hargrave finished him off. So Love 7 of 11. They've leaned down the ground game for a lot of this drive, but Love 7 for 11, 83 yards. 9 of the 11 plays on this drive have been runs. Running that clock down to 3.5. Possessions at a premium in this first half. Love setting it up at the line of scrimmage. Dobbs again. Third down. Pushed out by Rodgers. Quick game break with Carissa.
Thank you, Joe. Your audience will like this. Giants up 3 on the Lions. Jameis Winston throws his second touchdown pass of the first half. This one, nice catch by Isaiah Hodgins in the back of the end zone. Giants lead 17-7 over the Lions.
Famous Jameis doing it.
I'm telling you, Guys that throw a minute. You're not sure who he's going to throw it to. He's going to throw a lot of touchdowns, and a couple are going to go to the other team, but he is a fun watch.
Full experience last week against the Packers. 4 would-be interceptions dropped. Had him with a chance to win that game before the Packers won it late. 3rd and 5 here. Blitz coming. Picked up. Love floats it out of bounds. Incomplete and 4th down. Eric Wilson bringing the blitz and applying the pressure. The field goal team will come out.
All right, so you want to play running back in the NFL. Watch Brooks here. They're going to bring a middle cross dog. It has put so much pressure into the lap of Jordan Love. And not only what it does is it attacks the running back and forces pressure on the quarterback, but it also keeps the running back from getting out in the concept as a check down. So when Jordan Love's flushed, he's got nowhere to drop the ball off.
Whistle and a timeout. Timeout came before that ball was snapped.
Yeah, I think Minnesota might have had 12 men. They were trying to run off Ivan Pace.
Packers trying to cheat.
They get the timeout before the 12-man penalty. Wow. Yeah, so we saw O'Connell. He's running down the sideline trying to get his timeout called. Let's take a look here. 11 in the screen. You can see Pace here. He's running off the field.
This would make it a 1st down. Still no, just judging by Matt LaFleur's reaction here, they're not going to get the call. So I don't see a flag actually down on the field. Oh, there is one. There is one back in the end zone. Hard to see. A lot of yellow here. All right, so they do get the timeout in. Kevin O'Connell is using every bit of his old dual threat speed to get it.
We set the game clock at 2 and 2.
All right, let's count them. Yes, I think they panicked. I think they have 11, and you'll see they start yelling, and Pace takes off. That's what made everyone just assume he was the 12th player, and it's all for nothing because O'Connell got the timeout.
Kicker's been a issue for Matt LaFleur's team this season. Brandon McManus, he was 20 of 21 last year in his first year with the Packers, but 11 of 17 this year when he's been healthy. Ongoing injury issues as well. He missed last week with a quad injury. Haversick kicked and struggled in the heavy wind in New York. Chip shot right here, and he's got it to make it a 7-point game. 2:25 to go in this half. Vikings will have it on the other side of the break.
I don't know. I'm eating the streamer, guys. I feel like I'm about to sleep on the stream while this game is going, but trying to stay awake.
That's what made everyone just assume he was the 12th player. It's all for nothing because O'Connell got the timeout. Kicker's been an issue for Matt LaFleur's team this season. Brandon McManus, who was 20 of 21 last year in his first year with the Packers, but 11 of 17 this year when he's been healthy. Ongoing injury issues as well. He missed last week with a quad injury. Haversick kicked and struggled in the heavy wind in New York. Chip shot right here. Yeah, he's got it to make it a 7-point game. 2:25 to go in this half. Vikings will have it on the other side of the break.
I don't know. I'm eating the streamer, guys. I feel like I'm about to sleep on the stream while this game is going, but trying to stay awake.
Faced off in a series that goes back to 1961. So many great, legendary NFL faces have worn these uniforms. The border battle. And a 10-3 game late in the first half. Joe Davis, Greg Olson, Pam Oliver back at Lambeau Field. A perfect day for football and the perfect place for it. Temperature in the mid-40s. You think about making a Lambeau trip around Thanksgiving. You don't know. You might need the snow gear. Might be down into the 20s and 30s, but this is nice. Just right. So McManus to kick it. Price and Felton back to return in a 10-3 game. And he angles it to the sideline where Felton will catch it from the 6 to the 27. Speaking of rivalries, the greatest rivalry, top-ranked defending champion Ohio State to the Big House to take on Michigan, trying to end Michigan's 4-game winning streak in the game. It all starts at 9 a.m. with a special 3-hour Big Noon kickoff live from Ann Arbor, and then Michigan, Ohio State at noon only on Fox. So 2:20 to go in this first half, and J.J. McCarthy knows something about that rivalry. It was 2-0 for the Wolverines as a starter against Ohio State. 27-1 as a starter at Michigan overall. Lone loss came against TCU in the college football playoff. 2 timeouts here, 2:20 to go. A toss for Aaron Jones. That hole develops and Jones scoots through it for 8.
Yeah, so this feels like a big drive. Minnesota. This is their 4th possession. Green Bay's only had 3. So from a possession standpoint, definitely plays into the favor of the road team, Minnesota. But they'll take this down to the 2-minute warning. And remember, though, if they don't pick up a first down here, Green Bay still has 2 remaining timeouts. Jordan Love would possess the ball now, and they would get the ball and come out for the second half.
Mr. Grinch, I need your help. We have to tell Newville about Walmart's Black Friday deals.
November 25th to the 30th. I don't even know it was November.
Be the hero of Newville.
Hero? Prepare to go viral. I'm monitoring communication.
Love that. So for Mom, I was thinking...
I thought she didn't want anything.
Oh, like when she says she doesn't want any fries?
And she eats all her fries.
Exactly. What if we get her the new iPhone 17 Pro at AT&T? We can get their best deal without needing the most expensive plan.
Good call.
And you know, she loves her selfies.
Who's that?
No clue.
Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. The most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required.
It was my idea.
And Doug.
There it is, Limu, the 50-yard line. Soon we'll be telling the whole stadium how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance. To save people hundreds! Whoa! Looks like we're working.
Get them at halftime. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. The Colonel was obsessed with making the perfect flaky holiday pot pie ever since he was gifted his very first fork. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. The best $4.99 you'll spend this season. KFC's Chicken Pot Pie.
The future of football is bright, full of young stars. That's why Visa is a proud sponsor of the NFL Flag Football Championship in Canton, Ohio. There, we help bring together boys and girls from 300 different teams, representing 8 different nations, to chase their football dreams. As a dedicated NFL partner, we're committed to driving the game forward one step at a time. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Out of the 2-minute warning here with a 2nd and 2 for Minnesota.
Key here for Minnesota. They just want to pick up the first down. Get this thing under the 2-minute warning, and then they can become a little bit more aggressive to go try to steal some points.
It's another run. It's Aaron Jones, and he is close. Built by Rashawn Gary. Both these teams have kept the ball on the ground in this game. And minimal possessions for both as a result. Our clock continues to wind, and he's a little bit short. Third down, less than one.
So now Matt LaFleur, he's going to keep his 2 timeouts in the event that they can get a stop here on 3rd and short. So if you're Kevin O'Connell, let this play clock run down as much as you can, burn as much of the game clock as possible before you snap this 3rd down play.
Third down has been a big difference in this game. Packers 5 out of 7. Vikings 1 for 4. Jones will try it again, and he's got it. Across the 40, Aaron Jones with 1:15.
All right, so now you expect Minnesota to get up on the ball. Yeah, so they're going to get up on the ball now and start getting into more of what we see in a traditional 2-minute type drive.
Struggling quarterback, but haven't really asked him to do much in this half. McCarthy 5-8 for 37 yards. He steps up and wings one for Jefferson. He pulls it in just over the top of the defender, and then Jefferson gets it for 18 yards.
Well, we talked some of the struggles coming in, the low completion percentage, throwing downfield to the left. This time, he can't throw the ball any better than that between 2 Green Bay defenders.
Hooks up with Jefferson for 18. Pressure coming here. McCarthy steps up, outside and incomplete. Wanted Jefferson again. 29 seconds, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we'll go back and take a look at that deep corner out. Big thing that they're working on is his base, keeping his legs underneath him, not so wide with his footwork. That time, much more stable in the lower body, doesn't fly his shoulders open. And there's one thing this young quarterback can do is McCarthy can absolutely rip it.
Throw of the day right there. 3rd catch for Jefferson. 2nd and 10. He's sacked back at the 47. Warren Brinson, the rookie from Georgia, with his first career sack. May have to split it with McDuffie. Loses 7. And a timeout with 23 seconds.
Yeah, we see both teams now just attacking the running back in the blitz pickup. Jones does a nice job initially, just big bodies bearing down. And something early, when he first started, early in his career here this year, McCarthy really took a lot of sacks. High sack pressure to sack rate was a big issue, slowing down this offense. He had gotten significantly better over the last couple games, but reared its head again there.
And in a big spot, knocks him out of any type of field goal range. 3rd and 17. At the 47.
And McCarthy here, something underneath. You might not be able to pick up the 1st down, but see if you can get yourself a long field goal try at least to end the half.
Need about 5 to get into Reichard's range. McCarthy will hit the crosser. Jones will get right to the edge of that range as McDuffie brings him down at the 41. Timeout taken by Green Bay there. Hoping for a miss. 1 play to put you in a field goal position yourself. Reichard saying, I think I got it, but see, right here it's going to be 58. He's made from 57 today, and he's made from 62 in his career.
It's going to be an interesting decision. Does Kevin O'Connell want to risk the long field goal, knowing Green Bay still has 1 remaining timeout? In the event that you miss it, they'd have the ball to -41. Like you said, 1 chunk play, and they're in field goal range, but they're going to send the field goal unit out here and give it a shot.
All right. So, Riker, what a luxury it is to have a young kicker you draft that actually pans out, because it seems like just as often as not, it doesn't, and then you go into the scrap heap and find somebody who's just looking for another chance.
59-yard attempt.
From Alabama has been a weapon.
Foot long.
59 yards on a day where he's already hit from 57.
No way he's going to make this.
Long distance again, and he's got it again.
Barely made it.
Riker, 2 for 2 today to account for the Vikings scoring.
Can't stress how huge that possession is before the half. Barring some catastrophe here in the final 10 seconds. You go down 10-6 into the half. Solid 2-minute drive there by McCarthy.
Jeez.
That ball's good from 65 on a relatively chilly outdoor game in Lambeau. I mean,
Don't you love the honesty, though, before that? He's like, not a borderline, I think. Sure, let's go try it.
That's super impressive and really well done all around. Clock management, timeout usage, and outside of the sack taken there on second down by McCarthy, just an overall really well executed 2-minute drive to get points and not give Green Bay an extra meaningful possession.
Special teams department has to be feeling good about itself after they cost them last week. They had that game won against Chicago before the blown kickoff coverage led to the game-winning field goal. Today you have the 2 field goals from Reichert. Had a great punt from Ryan Wright. They're saying, don't speak too soon. They're going to cover a kickoff right here. By the way, that 58-yarder right there, the second longest field goal in Lambeau history. David Akers hit from 63 13 years ago. That's the second longest. Let's see what's coming up at halftime.
Today's early slate could reshape the playoff picture. Coming up on the Verizon halftime, we'll frame up the highlights, including Colts and Chiefs and Steelers and Bears. And we'll prep the canvas for America's game of the week between Eagles and Cowboys. We'll see you at the half.
All right, Kurt, we're talking about this NFC North being upside down from last season. The Lions find themselves trailing against the Giants. Bears in a dogfight against the Steelers, 14-14 in Chicago late in the first half. And here the Packers trying to solidify their position at the top of a very congested NFC North at 6-3-1. Just a half game back of the Lions in the win column, and some boos from this Packers crowd. The lead, but just kind of, Time to get more stats with Geico. And Emmanuel Wilson getting his first career start today with Josh Jacobs missing the game. Wilson's got 55 yards and some impressive runs as the Packers again relied on that ground game. We get you to Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles, the Verizon halftime, which begins now.
Welcome to the Verizon halftime, the NFL, powered by Verizon 5G.
Big Phil Gold looks a little bit closer as we welcome you to the Verizon halftime. Terry Bradshaw, let's get some touchdowns from somewhere.
Let's do it. Michael, thanks for covering for me last week.
I got you, bud.
Jameis Winston back getting his second start for the Giants. Out of the eye, toss it, pitch it out. Then Waddell, watch this. So throw it back to the quarterback. Great job by Winston avoiding the sack and then finding Robinson for a 39-yard touchdown. Little flea flicker there. 7-0 Giants. And then Winston steps up here. There, nice job going to the outside. That's Hodgins in for a 12-yard touchdown. New York Giants 17-14 over the Detroit Lions. That's a halftime score. All right, Sam Darnold, 4 interceptions last week. Didn't mean to. Said he didn't mean to. He apologized. Makes up for it today. Watch this throw, folks. Looking for Njigbu. There it is. 63-yard touchdown. Nice job. Coastal in. Touchdown. 13-3 Seattle. All over the Tennessee. Watch Njigbu. That's what I said. Something like that.
With a little boo on the end of the thought.
All right. A little Njigbu.
Look at Patrick Mahomes. Have you seen a play like this? This is an interception by a defensive lineman.
Great play.
Latu gets it.
Oh, I know. I know why you broke in. I know why now. You thought I screwed that name up. Ain't gonna happen. Daniel Jones back. There it is. Set it down. And the action was going to be a quick post. Saw the safety. He set out. Quarterback Jones saw Pittman. There you are. Pittman Jr. 6-yard touchdown. 14-6. It is Colts over the Chiefs. Joe Flacco lighting it up pretty good, folks. He's not a very good football team, but he's doing a nice job. Throwing out to the flat. Too late. Marcus Jones says, thank you very much. 33 yards later, backward touchdown. 14-10 now. New England on top of Cincinnati.
Aaron Rodgers out with that fractured left wrist. Caleb Williams. This is trouble. Talk about the defense. He is sacked by T.J. Watt.
I don't know where you are, young man. Don't go back there.
I mean, the ball just comes out. Nick Herbert recovers it. Right. 14-7 Pittsburgh up, and then Williams. On offense, finding the tight end, the rookie, Colston Loveland. 12-yard score, tying it at 14, and then just moments ago, Pittsburgh comes back again. Jalen Warren on the pitch for the yard out. And just like that, Good game in Chicago. Steelers up by a touchdown approaching halftime. How about the Jets at Baltimore?
Baltimore, wake up. Tyrod Taylor starting in the place of quarterback Justin Fields, who was benched for the Jets. Taylor, you know what? You can always count on Tyrod. He does a nice job everywhere. He's been 13-yard touchdown to Mechie. There it is, 7-3. Jets on top of the Ravens at the half. Nice cover up for me. I appreciate that.
Well,
yeah, I've been on the.
It was a cover up until you told everybody it was a cover up.
No, that's okay. I'm on it.
It was a collaboration. There we go. I like that. All right, let's talk about this Green Bay Minnesota game here, Michael.
I mean, you come into this game, big question mark quarterbacks, right? And I think J.J. McCarthy is only like 6th game ever playing in the league, but he's got to slow down. Slow down. Don't let the game be bigger than you are. Here you see Michael Parsons put some pressure on him, and he just overthrows Aaron Jones in the flat. And it's like those are like, just slow down there. Jordan Addison in the inaccurate pass. Here, he takes the step. He stumbles. And it's an unforced error. So he just needs to slow it down. Let the game come to you. And stop trying to do too much. You have a great cast around you, depending on those guys. The running game, the passing game, the wide receiver. Just slow it down a little bit.
The difference is this. When he was in Michigan, he also had a great cast around him. But they weren't asking him to do a lot. In this offense, the quarterback is asked to do a lot. And I think it's a lot for him in a short span of time, with all the injuries last year and this year.
Despite all that, they're still in this game. Green Bay having a 10-6 lead right now. It all winds up with America's Game of the Week later on today as Dak Prescott and the Cowboys host Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Only one place you can see it, and that's right here on Fox. Same thing for Thursday. We're headed to Detroit for a special 2-hour pregame show between the Packers and the Lions. Jack White, the headline performer of the halftime show, powered by Verizon. Coverage begins at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. That game coming up Thursday. The Packers with the lead right now. Emmanuel Wilson with the Verizon play of the first half.
The Verizon Halftime Show is brought to you by Verizon, the NFL, powered by Verizon 5G. The critically acclaimed series Doc, fall finale, Tuesday on Fox.
Now it is time for you to return home.
Get Fox Nation for just $2.99 a month with an annual plan. Sign up today.
Get this exceptional lease offer on this 2026 Cadillac Optic. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
I'm proud to serve and represent the Midwest because I was born and raised in the Midwest. I love the culture. I love the people. We have offices throughout the states in the Midwest, in North Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota. We know those local court systems. We want to help people from the Midwest and deliver them justice against these large corporations and insurance companies. If you've been injured, get Nicolay, the Midwest Injury Law Firm.
Dear winter wanderers, go put boredom on ice, ride downhill, and freeze a smile on your face. Kick your feet up next to a crackling fire, and enjoy the silence only snowfall can give you. What are you waiting for? There's so much South Dakota, so little time. Start your trip at TravelSouthDakota.com.
Toyotathon is on. Discover holiday magic with a new Toyota. Take a 4Runner skiing. Wow. Sick. Pick out the perfect tree with the Tacoma.
There you go.
Or find the best sledding spot with the Grand Highlander. Whoa. 'Tis the season for Toyotathon. Oh, Santa got my letter.
Right now, during Toyotathon, lease a new 2025 4Runner for $469 a month. Or lease a 2025 RAV4 for $339 a month.
Toyotathon is on.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, Dan Stoltz here with Team Blaze, cheering on Minnesota's purple and gold.
Man, later today we've got America's Game of the Week on deck, and you don't want to miss it, because we're bringing you the beast of the NFC East, Jalen Hurts, leading the Eagles into Dallas to take on mighty Dak and the Cowboys. Plus, others will catch a matchup down south as the Falcons go head-to-head against the Saints. It's an action-packed afternoon, and it starts at 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 Pacific. The only place you can see it, right here on Fox.
How's everything with Cal?
I thought being in the same city, we'd see each other more.
Look, I gotta get going.
No, one more dance.
Fine, I'll do it.
There's just something holding me back.
Something or someone. You got a lot being thrown at you right now. You're not the only one being pulled in multiple directions.
You are a dream, but you're not my only dream.
Looking for power to spare? Add an FVP battery to your starting lineup. FVP, official partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Fox.
The Mad Singer is back!
Hear my footsteps, making an impact on and off the field. Through his military service, my grandfather taught me the value of hard work and dedication. I teamed up with the National Medal of Honor Museum Foundation to bring their values and character programs to more classrooms, to show them examples of courage and character. I'm lighting the path so the next generation can find their own way. The National Medal of Honor Museum Foundation is my cause, and these are my cleats.
Well, scores 10-6 here in Green Bay. We've got the second half coming up on Fox.
You got this.
You got this. This river wasn't dammed in a day.
I'll probably watch some third quarter and then go ahead
Like every
and try to take a nap, because if I don't fall asleep on stream while I'm doing this, I can't.
100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Get percent APR with the Never Finance savings of over 4,600 on this Sierra 1500 model. We are professional grade.
Play a Grand Casino and benefits head your way faster than those other casinos. You'll earn more free play, get points everywhere, even at restaurants, and climb to the next level faster, which might include some sweet surprises. Same play, better perks. Grand Casino.
Why do we do it? For these moments. To be grateful and focus on what we have. To reflect on what truly matters. In the blur of life, we often take our blessings for granted. So today and every day, choose gratitude. Have a blessed Thanksgiving from all of us at Shields.
If you've been injured and want a higher level of representation, call us at 612-TSR time.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland.
Time's running out to find clearance deals during Happy Honda Days. So act fast for our biggest savings of the season and get a great offer on a 2025 Accord, Pilot, or Ridgeline. All part of Kelley Blue Book's 2025 Best Value Brand.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland.
Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days today while the clearance deals last.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
As we welcome it back to Green Bay, Wisconsin. 10-6, the Packers in front. Numbers coming out of halftime. Neither one of these offenses really got a whole lot going. Both of them looking like intent on shortening the ball game. Both about 140 yards and a 10-6 lead, with the Packers scoring a touchdown on their first drive and just a field goal and 2 drives since. The Vikings relying on 2 long field goals from Will Riker to account for their scoring. And we welcome you back inside. And kind of similar approaches here. On one side, you totally get it. It's the Vikings trying to protect the young quarterback, trying to shorten this game. Packers have been okay offensively, but they've also, with that approach, kept the Vikings in the game.
Yeah, and if you're Green Bay, you don't want to shorten the game.
Right.
It makes sense for Kevin O'Connell. It makes sense with McCarthy to really go run heavy. Most run-heavy offense under Kevin O'Connell all season long. That makes sense, but Matt LaFleur, again, just continue to trust Jordan Love. Continue to lean into this passing game. They need to have more than 3 possessions in a half.
Savion Williams returns it for the back and gets stopped shy of the 30. Let's go down to Pam Oliver.
Well, they did a good job on special teams, did the Minnesota Vikings. I talked to Kevin O'Connell just about his quarterback. He says he's doing a good job running the show. A couple of plays here and there that he could have lived without. Defensively, he said they need to get off of blocks and tackle better. As for Matt LaFleur, the question was, what is this thing going to come down to? He said, who possesses the ball, avoids turnovers, and on an injury note, we have Keyshawn Nixon won't return because of that stinger.
Okay, Pam. Emmanuel Wilson, who had a big first half, 55 yards, has it on the first play of the second half. So given what she heard from Matt LaFleur, that falls in line with what we saw in that first half. And in his defense, the goal of the game is to win the game, whatever you got to do to finish with the most points. Outside Wilson again, got by Murphy, got a first down. And so I guess his defense would be, look, we got the lead. We're going to possess the ball, not turn it over. We do that. We're going to do the bottom line, win the game.
Yeah, so I understand where both sides are coming from. And so often for offensive-minded coaches, when your defense is playing as well as the Green Bay defense has played, it makes sense to say, all right, let's not put them in tough spots. Let's not turn the ball over. Let's make Minnesota's offense beat us. But I could also make the argument that the more aggressive and the faster you jump out, you force Minnesota to play a style they don't want to.
Love looks to throw. He's got room to run if he wants to. He'll take off. And Jordan Love, 1 week after he had to go to the locker room for being a little bit too bullish as the runner, goes out of bounds and is content with 13 yards.
Yeah, not really known as a big scramble runner. He likes to scramble to stay alive as a passer. This time they bring 5. Nice job again by the backs in the line. There's just a ton of green grass out in front of Love, and he's just trying to get to that sideline as fast as he can.
LaFleur said to him, come on, man, last week. Like, I love the toughness, but you can't put yourself in those spots. Missed 7 plays, got x-rays on his shoulder. Turned out that he was okay. Wilson gets stopped in the backfield here by another Wilson. Eric stopping Emmanuel. Early on, second half, Packers trying to get to 7-3-1. You got the Bears down 21-17 at halftime against the Steelers. The Lions down 20-17 against the Giants coming out of the break. Big opportunity here for the Pack as they start this critical stretch of their schedule. 3 in a row against the division, including on Thursday on Thanksgiving in Detroit. 5 of their last 7 come against the NFC North. Remember last year, just 1-5 in division games. Second and long, Vikings showing blitz. They bail out of it. Love, collapsing pocket, throws it backwards for Brooks. Can't get away from Van Ginkel, and he'll lose 4. 3rd and 15 coming here for Green Bay. Here's the schedule we're talking about. So much of last season with the Vikings and the Lions pulling away had to do with the Packers not being able to win games in the division. And just the way the schedule's set up this year, they've only played the one game and have it all stacked up down the stretch. Last season, Vikings, Lions, both 14-plus wins. This year, they're down at the bottom of the division. Lions 6-4 and trailing today. How about them Bears at 7-3? The first season under Ben Johnson. 3rd and long. Love steps up over the middle, incomplete at the feet of Wicks. And the Vikings force a punt on the first drive of the second half.
It all starts with getting Green Bay off track on first down. It's something that this Flores-led Vikings defense is so good at. Tackles for loss, tackles for no gain, and you get into 2nd and long, 3rd and long. Now they get all that dial up the pressure, who's at the line of scrimmage and blitzing, who's at the line of scrimmage and dropping. That's the calling card of this scheme, and you just don't want to play back-to-back passing downs against this Vikings defense.
Willing to punt it. Price will have it bounce over his head inside the 10, and it hits off him. It's 3. Who's got it? Oh, mistake you cannot make. What in the world was he doing? Packers say they have it. Vikings say, no, we do. Let's get the verdict. The ball's probably changed hands 7 times at the bottom of that pile. It's Packers football. Oh, no.
You just can't do that. Here's what Miles Price is thinking. He said, okay, I clearly let the ball go over my head, and now I'm going to go block the nearest Green Bay coverage player so he doesn't down the ball, but... So what happens there is you lose track, though, and they teach the coverage guys, run the receiving team into the ball, push them. So that's got to be a feeder call, a poison call. There's a lot of words that these teams use, which means just get away from the ball. The defense just gets a big stop, and now they got to take the field again, 1st and goal.
From the 5. Wilson to the 1. How do you go from 14 wins to 4-6 year over year? Biggest reason is you go from 3rd in turnover margin to 31st. They're now -10.
It's just bad ball. And you understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to make the perfect play, which is, hey, block the nearest cover and let it be a touchback. Man, just get out of the way of the ball. Let your offense earn the right to fight that field position and just put your team in such a bad spot on the road.
2nd and goal. Wilson again reaches for the goal line. Packers make him pay. 2nd touchdown for Emmanuel Wilson. And it's a 2-score lead for Green Bay. And it's the 2nd week in a row the Vikings have made a critical special teams error.
Yeah, take a look at Wilson. He's laying on top of Isaiah Rodgers. Number 2, the 2nd really good goal line effort we've seen in this game by Emmanuel Wilson.
Come on, Vikes. Don't be this. Oh. Fucking Green Bay, man.
Brandon McManus had the extra point. Almost got blocked, but it is through, and it's 17-6. Well, the Vikings had exactly what they wanted. They got a stop on the first drive of the second half, but then Price, the rookie, gives it right back. 2 plays later, Wilson's into the end zone. Packers trying to get to 7-3. Yeah, and they've got him dancing at Lambeau.
Yeah, I could start playing my game or something, because this is not going to happen for the Vikings. This is not their year.
Hey, Chris, you're out. Huntley, you're in.
Tyler Huntley, backup parent.
If only there were backups in real life. But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
Wow, feel really prepared for life now.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
You find yourself between the grown-ups and these hoods. Do you listen to Uncle Bob's intestinal tales or shop deals on toys?
Good choice.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, you can simply arrive or make an entrance. Stick to the agenda or experience something unexpected. With IHG's 20 hotel brands, you can guest how you guest.
These are the holidays. They can be a lot. And this is your new Dell PC with Intel inside. It helps you handle a lot. From taking care of business with all-day battery life, to taking care of holiday to-dos with AI tools, to taking care of Aunt Jean, even if she can be a lot.
When our numbers guy Frank goes on vacation, the deals on the most affordable German-engineered car brand in America get even better. And these signed and drive offers have us feeling festive.
You got the entire dealership.
Ooh, gingerbread.
Dude.
It's half off for deal days. Signed and drive deals are in. Frank is out. Lease a new 2025 house for $0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at sight. Limited inventory available.
A superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Thanksgiving Day in Detroit, it's not just an NFC North showdown, it's 12-time Grammy winner Jack White headlining the halftime show, powered by Verizon. Kickoffs at 1 Eastern, right here on Fox. Packers up by 2 scores for the first time today. Miles Price, chance at redemption right here. On the kick return, crosses the 30. Yeah, the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy, will have their first drive of the second half from the 33.
Yeah, so looking back over the last couple weeks, and really his entire career even back to college, the struggles throwing to his left, his closed side. He gets real long with his stride. That back foot really swings up off the ground, and his shoulders fly open. It's led to him being a below 50% thrower down to the left. Today, and it's in accordance with what Kevin O'Connell has told us, he says in practice, he's made a lot of growth in that exact area. We want to see it carry over, and we saw some glimpses of it in the first half.
Second half begins with a throw. That was the intention, and Micah Parsons had other plans. 9 sacks this year from Micah Parsons.
Yeah, his ball just needs to come out. They're setting up a little swing out here. Ham becomes the lead blocker to Aaron Jones, and this ball, they're just not expecting this ball to be held this long. Christian Darrisaw oversets Micah Parsons, thinking it's a quick passing game, and ball just needs to come out.
Second sack of the day for the Packers. 2nd and 17 for the Vikings. Hawkinson's got it. Pummeled right away. Kamal Haddon along with Edgerrin Cooper. Today they've not asked nearly as much of him. The most run-heavy first half in Kevin O'Connell's 4 seasons, but when they have, it's looked better.
Yeah, he's got a better base. You see that front left shoulder is a little closed. It's okay if his lower half is open to his throw. That hip-shoulder separation, want to keep that front side closed as long as you can.
See if he's got a big play in him on 3rd and long against a 4-man rush. McCarthy in trouble, shovels it off to Hawkinson. Broke one tackle, that was it. Spilled by Evan Williams. And the first down sack dooms the drive. Here comes the punt team.
You know, at the top of the broadcast, we talked how they don't always want him thinking he has to take the deep shot. But take a look here. They're going to go post, and then Jefferson's going to run a dig. That safety sits down. That ball needs to be thrown up over the top, one-on-one to the far hash. It's either an arm punt, a deep completion, or you end up 4th down anyway. But give your guy a shot.
Wright had a great punt in the first half. This is another good one here over Dobbs' head inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Ryan Wright continues to do his job. 56 yards right here, back in the Packers up.
Well, I give it to them.
Verizon's got the craziest deal.
And then I'm probably going to let this go on.
And Apple Watch, all on them. But no getting
Let my iPhone get back charged up. Vikings not winning always, so.
Don't worry. We know what list you're on. I'm always watching. Always watching. Not always. Boundaries.
Get the powerful new iPhone 17, iPad, and Apple Watch, all for $0. No trade-in needed on any plan.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew. Black Friday.
Initiating great time to buy sequence. Black Friday deals engaged.
And they're playing poorly anyway, so I'll leave.
Wild, it's go time. The Ford tough trucks are a go.
And go. What's that one do? Oh, you'll see.
This is how you do Black Friday.
During the Ford year-end sales event, get 0% APR for 60 months with 0 down payment and 0 payments for up to 90 days on select 2025 Ford vehicles.
The Burger King Double Cheeseburger. A quarter-pound of beef patties, flame grilled with 2 slices of melted
And my
cheese.
Titans are losing too, so
First bite.
it's just not been a good year for me.
But it sure tastes like we did. You rule.
Paige, Rookie of the Year. Hope you win it again next year.
They only give us rookies.
Santa believes in you. Jingle Jam. Swishmas came early this year.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. And turn all of your purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet? Now it is time for you to return home.
Get Fox Nation for just $2.99 a month with an annual plan. Sign up today.
Well, the Packers, with a 2-score lead, have the ball back at their own 8-yard line. Trying to end a little 2-game losing streak here at Lambeau. You say, why are you talking about a 2-game losing streak? Well, it's been a long time since they've lost 3 straight here. And trying to beat the Vikings at Lambeau for the first time in 3 years. Chris Wilson, or Chris Brooks, in there running back to start this drive. He's got it. And powers ahead for 5, stopped by Jalen Redmond.
It just feels like if Minnesota is going to find their way back into this game here in the second half, this defense is going to have to get back to their spark plays, right? What they've hung their hat on for a long time. Take the ball away, force a fumble, pick a ball off, strip sack, just something to flip this game, because in a neutral possession for possession game, if that's how it remains the rest of this half, with the way this Minnesota offense has played, I don't see where the points come from and playing from behind.
Shoveled off to Savion Williams. And a short gain. Again, it's Jalen Redmond there to push him out of bounds. 33 takeaways last year, #1 in the NFL. 9 this year, 0 their last 3 games.
Yeah, they had 5 in the Week 3 game against Cincinnati. So in every game since then, other than that, they've had 4 combined. So obviously a big kind of missing piece of what's always been the main kind of factors in this Flores defense. And we asked him about it. He said, we stress it, we work on it, we talk about it. Some years they come in bunches and they become contagious, and in other years you can't buy one.
Won both games against the Packers last year largely because of that. They had 5 takeaways in the 2 games. Timeout coming here from Georgia.
Hit that like, share, and subscribe, guys. Come on.
Ran out.
This is almost a 2-hour stream. Come on, I need some subscribers now. New ones. Help me get to 800.
Love each other. Sometimes they do like a hug.
Hey, Chris, you're out. Huntley, you're in.
Huntley, back up here. If only there were backups in real life. But
Welcome to the stream.
Progressive to protect your home and auto.
Wow, feel really prepared for life now.
Hey, what's up? Shh. Hunting for holiday deals. We both have a lot of specific wish lists. Wish list mailed. Best Buy has new doorbusters every Friday all season. Every Friday?
Get new doorbusters every Friday all season long at Best Buy.
3rd down and 5 for the Packers. The topic of takeaways.
Almost 1,000.
Top 5.
I'm not there yet, dude.
Just 7 turnovers for the Packers over their first 10 games. Five for 8 on 3rd down today. Top 3rd down offense in the league. Love off his back foot, floats it up for Watson, who's got a first down against Rodgers. Second time today that under pressure on third down, Love has made a play like that.
Yeah, and it's just his ability to understand who he's responsible for, who the back is responsible for. They're going to go hurry up here and keep this personnel grouping of Minnesota on the field.
Vikings showing blitz. What's new? This time they're bringing it. Love sideline. Watson again goes down to catch it. Christian Watson, who tore his ACL in the final game last year, came back at the end of October, had the 2 touchdowns last week, really coming to life and giving this offense that vertical big play threat that they've lacked as they've dealt with so many big injuries this year. Love to run it on first down, and he'll slide down, get what he can. It's a couple.
You know, with all the talk, though, about Minnesota's ability to pressure the quarterback, and the last couple times over the years that they've played Jordan Love, they've blitzed him. Now Metellus is slow to get up again. This time it looks like he's holding his left shoulder.
It was his left leg that he hurt in the first half.
You know, kind of finish what we were talking about. When you look at the career of Jordan Love, the games where he's faced the highest amount of blitz pressure has really been in his time against the Vikings, and they have not really got him coming into the game. Out of his 100 dropbacks against Minnesota, they only sacked him 5 times, and you've seen him make a lot of plays today under pressure, understanding who's unblocked, who's free, and he's beaten a lot of this blitz package with the ball by just getting it out on time.
That's been one of the categories that overall this year he's made the biggest leaps. He's the #1 passer in the NFL against the blitz. Now, part of that was Tucker Kraft was that safety valve, having to find different ways to do it, especially today. No Jacobs, he's part of the safety valve options. Wilson straight ahead here makes it 3rd and short. Doing what the game calls for, doing what the Packers need. Jordan Love in his 3rd season as the starter.
Yeah, so something that we're kind of keeping an eye on.
Yeah, 700. I might be at 710, but I need.
Jordan Love has handed the ball off with, I guess.
Oh, I don't get to 1,000. I gotta get more people to subscribe to my channel.
You would hand the ball off with your left hand.
Because 2026 is almost here, and I need East to break that record in 2026.
Work him out of the gun. 5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Wilson got crunched in the backfield. Eric Wilson blows it up in his return to Green Bay. A tackle for a 3-yard loss.
It's a great job here. You see by Wilson, he's just going to shoot the A gap. He gets a run read, and just a wrong declaration by the Green Bay offensive line. They're taking their double teams to Cashman, and nobody has Wilson accounted for, and he just pulls the trigger as a run-through player, and boy, they needed that stop.
This defense is giving them all they got.
They've done great. I mean, if it wasn't for the botched punt on the previous possession, they'd be in good shape.
Price. Fair catch. Makes the catch.
Right, don't, yeah. Please don't run the ball.
After this break.
Gotta get some water. I'll be right back.
consultation for just $29 a month with an annual plan. Today. The Packers with a 2-score lead at the ball back at their own 8-yard line. Trying to end the little 2-game losing streak here. My boys away talking about a 2-game losing streak. It's been a long time since they've lost to the Steelers. And trying to beat the Vikings. Traveling for the first time in 2 years. Just feel like Minnesota's going to find their way back into this game here. In the second half, this defense is going to have to get back to those spot plays, right? They won their half for a long time. Took the ball away, forced and fumble. Put the ball off. That's just something to flip this game because in a neutral possession, any of the best ever wins. The rest of it, but the way this Minnesota offense is playing, it's just, I don't see where the point comes from. Playing from triple to city of the room. I was sure if you would have been directed there the first time. Maybe 6 days after. I'm the one who did that for a long time. In the last 3 games, and then 5. In their big 3 game against Cincinnati. Every game since then, other than that, they've had 5. So, obviously a big kind of missing piece of what's always been the main kind of factor for this glorious defense. And when we asked them about it, he said, you know, we're trying to talk about it. Some years they become infectious, they become contagious, and in other years you can't buy one. Won both games against the Packers last year, largely because of that. 5 takeaways in the 2 games. Hit that like, share, subscribe, guys. Come on. This is almost a 2-hour stream. Come on, subscribers now. New ones. Gotta make it to 800. Welcome to the stream. Progressive to protect your home and auto.
So really prepared for life now.
Hey, what's up? Hunting for holiday deals. Go out on specific wish lists. Wish list now. Best Buy has new doorbusters every Friday all season. They're down in 5 for the Packers. Almost dollars. I'm not there yet, dude.
Yep, this is not Vikings I don't expect this season.
But how would you like to be Ryan Kelly? You're back from injury, you're excited to play. Watch what Micah Parsons does. Oh, he just blows up the entire interior, and whether it's Rashawn Gary or this time Wyatt, there's a lot of sacks that are being given to other defenders that are caused by Micah Parsons.
And out of the zone, end zone, right. Trying to do his best to shift the field. Dobbs will have a chance for
This may give me some views today.
Dobbs put that ball away.
I'm watching close to the 4th quarter and let this iPhone get charged. Let it get up to the 7-minute mark. 7 or 6 minute mark in the 4th.
The Packers defense, one of the best in the NFL, flexing again.
Don't get them a Yeti. Unless you like dogs that are always wet, eyebrows that are still growing back, and sand in places sand should never be. Think of the bites, the burns, the hell, the hot water, the no hot water, the birthdays, anniversaries, and the holidays on literal ice. Don't get them a Yeti. Unless you really love them.
New Balance, we got now.
What's up, Zach? Check out the deco.
T-Mobile's got home internet, and it's just $35 a month.
Our echoes are all knowing. T-Mobile's got home internet, just $35 a month, and it's guaranteed for 5 years. Get a large stuff
crust for $9.49 from Little Caesars. It has delicious breadcrumbs on the cheese stuffed crust that make it, what's the word?
It's crunch-tastic.
You read my mind, kiddo. Get the lowest price in stuffed crust for only $9.49. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
Rated M for mature.
With Visa's fraud protection, you don't pay for what you don't buy. What you gonna do now? Just need that security code in the back. No one is more secure than Visa. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the protection of this guard. Forgetting that guard.
Where do we even get this guy?
Kevin Barnes, Veep, Franklin Elementary. Okay, stop! Guys, actually, it's a city ordinance.
Come on, get ready. I need you to
Stop.
block 5-0.
You think I have a shot to make the team?
No.
Respect the best. Respect the best.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The last time the Packers dropped 3 games in a row at Lambeau against Minnesota, 1970s, trying to put an end to that 2-year losing streak against the Vikings, and they lead 17-6 with the ball. At the 45, Love hands it off to Wilson. Spun off Van Ginkel, kept on going, and Emmanuel Wilson is ahead of the 45 with another first down. And getting close to his career high, close to 80 on the day as he makes his first start and makes quite an impression, I think.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's had some day, and vast majority of his yards are coming after contact. They bring Harrison Smith off the edge, so Van Ginkel is unblocked, and Emmanuel Wilson just runs right through him. But I feel like we've said that 4 or 5 times where they have Wilson contacted at or near the line of scrimmage. They just can't get him to the ground.
How about this? He's at 78 yards, 60 of them have come after contact.
That's what it feels like.
And those 78 yards, a new career high for Wilson, who's got it again here, keeps the legs churning, and gets 6 yards. And we touched on his story a little bit in the first half, but it is a really good one. And, you know, as a Division II guy, you just hope for an opportunity, no matter how great your Division II career. And he gets into an NFL camp, and as soon as he gets there, he gets dumped. And he said he was crying when he called his mom and said, "This is it. I've had a great football career." Packers give him a chance. At that point, again, even if you're done then, what a run you've had from Division II to get to be in an NFL camp. Well, he's found a way to stick around, and at this point, forget about whether you were drafted or not. The impression's been made. Emmanuel Wilson making a name for himself. Continue to feed him. Right side of that line opens up a massive hole, and he's inside the 30. And he's over 90 yards for the day. And this offensive line, which has dealt with injuries all year and has struggled, also deserves some credit.
Yeah, one of the big struggles that they've had coming into the game was their inability to run the ball on 1st and 2nd down. You know, people were kind of getting after the floor the last couple weeks, like, hey, you're running it too much for
typical Vikings, I tell you. Typical Vikings.
Today's certainly a different animal. Can't imagine they snapped this. Got to imagine they're happy taking a 17-6 lead into the 4th.
And that is what they'll do. Packers starting the tough stretch.
If you're watching this video, you having a blast, ain't you, B?
That's the lead by 2 scores.
If I end this round, I want to give you a shout out. You having a good time watching this, ain't you, sis? Michael and the rest of y'all go ahead and get your jokes in now.
Michigan State takes on Caleb Wilson in North Carolina.
We've got a good one for you.
Thanksgiving Day on Fox.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
It's like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house. Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making a big delivery with Ford F-Series. Does it come in red? Making customers happy. That's my favorite tradition.
Like my sweater.
Mm-hmm.
Get 0 down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days, plus $1,000 bonus cash on a new Ford Explorer. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
We often get calls from people who are hurt and they want to hire an attorney, but they're not quite sure how they're going to pay for it. Listen, we're not corporate attorneys. We don't charge you by the minute. We only get paid when we win your case. We are truly in this together. For a higher level of representation, call 612-TSR time.
They can just run it right at him.
Why not? Wilson again. Rides a surge over the left side of that line. Well, this week, NFL players are wearing custom cleats through My Cause, My Cleats to spotlight the causes closest to their hearts. You can go to NFL.com/MyCauseMyCleats to learn their stories, to bid on the cleats, and support the charities that are making a difference in their communities. Some cool ones, huh?
It's awesome. I mean, it's so cool. The NFL gives such a great platform to the players, the coaches. There's a lot of coaches around the league who get their shoes all custom done for causes that are special to them. It was something that started towards the end of my career.
Chris Brooks this time, stopped by Hargrave, 3rd and 2.
He handed the ball off again with his inside hand.
It's the new thing.
Yeah, I cannot wait to ask Matt LaFleur why. Because, you know, you see quarterbacks have done this over the years if they're dealing with an injury to the other hand, a jammed thumb, a bad. But we have seen him hand the ball off with his left hand kind of intermittently here throughout the game. So,
and again, it was his left shoulder that he hurt last week. Number one, you wouldn't think that injury would force you to go away from handing it off with your left hand. But number two, like you said, we've seen it done both ways today. Vikings got to get another stop here, force a field goal, keep it a 2-possession game. Wilson stopped by Jalen Redmond, who we've not had a chance to talk a ton about today. But everybody you talk to on both staffs, he's the first name they bring up. Got him out of the UFL, undrafted, last spot on the roster. They would argue he's been their best player.
When you ask them, he is the first name that is brought up by not only the Vikings coaches, but the opposing coaches. We asked Matt LaFleur, hey, tell us about this Flores defense. Redmond was the first guy that he mentioned. Separate conversation. I don't love how conservative. They had a chance to make the knockout punch here, make this an 18-point game, and now they settle for a field goal and keep it at 14, assuming he makes it.
3rd down play call or decision to not go for it?
I think the whole drive was very conservative. I know Wilson was having a lot of run. We'll talk about it. We got a lot to unpack when we get back.
You all tucked in? Okay. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs. And a little toy house. And a young mouse. And a comb and a brush. And a quiet old lady who was whispering, hush. Good night, room. Good night, moon. Sheridan, part of Marriott Bonvoy.
Tender love and care makes a
life worth living. Tender love and care, that's what I'll be given. Every day, every night to you. When you're off, they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we put it inside burritos and tacos anyway. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell, a brand new classic.
This is Tom. Work has been weird lately. He's got to fly the coop. And fast. Luckily, AI mode in Google search can help him hatch a plan. It's got to be quick, and it's got to be... yeah. That should do it. Phew. Things were getting dicey there for a moment. But now, everything's gravy. Planning a quick getaway? Just ask Google.
So you think Santa will like these red and green M&Ms?
I don't know. I never met the guy. He does exist.
They do exist. Santa?
Lowe's knows tackling projects now means you can football Sunday.
Floors. Heating stuff is ground game.
Well, we can measure it.
Measure?
Lowe's can measure and install it for you.
You can't measure passion, right, Jim? Stop trying to work the crew. This is Jim, one of the greats, and handsome.
What are your dreams?
We live happily ever after.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows Sunday is different when you've earned it. And by Sheraton Hotels, the world's gathering place, part of Marriott Bonvoy.
Just a few days away, the John Matthew Thanksgiving celebration. The biggest game of the day is right here on Fox. Jordan Love and these Packers, Jared Goff and the Lions. Coverage starts at 11 a.m. Eastern. That's the pregame show to be on location in the Motor City. Thursday, Thanksgiving Day on Fox. Is that a turducken on her shirt? Or is that just the turkey?
You better bet you it's going to be a turducken on the Olsen family plate. Believe that.
Here's Miles Price on the return, spinning away, getting pursued from behind and stopped. Oladapo with a tackle. And in a 14-point game, the Vikings go back on offense. You said there was to unpack. I'll let you begin to do that.
Right, so you understand, if you're on the Green Bay sideline, from what you've seen so far, you know, a 14-point lead seems insurmountable, although we have seen in the fourth quarter J.J. McCarthy come to life a little bit. A couple come from behind wins early in his career, so certainly far from over, but you have a shot there to be aggressive. You didn't throw the ball one time, 7 straight runs. You could have made it an 18-point game, 3 scores with a touchdown. Instead, remains a 2-score game.
It remains alive, if just barely. These Vikings, Mason escaped Parsons, but could not get away from Colby Wooden. This Packers defense wreaking havoc. Say all you will about the Vikings offense and their struggles, but this is pretty much every week Jeff Hafley's bunch dominates.
And you're going to continue to hear Jeff Hafley's name on the short list for a lot of these job openings that are already around the league, that are already open, and also ones that inevitably will open when the season ends. And we've talked a lot, you and I, about offensive coaches versus defensive coaches, but at the end of the day, what Hafley has done in his short time here, he's been a head coach before at the college level. You have to be really impressed with what he's done with this Green Bay unit all year long.
4 years as the head man at Boston College. Flags fly here. Play clock was winding out. Offensive line was moving. Take a pick. Either way, it's penalty. And in the second half for the Vikings, yeah, you have the special teams disaster of a play that bounced off Miles Price, but the offense has run 7 plays, 5 of them negative yards.
Yeah, and at some point, I understand completely right now what Kevin O'Connell is going through. He's trying not to throw his young quarterback to the wolves against a good defense on the road, but at some point you got to play NFL football. You got to let it rip. You're down 14 in the fourth quarter.
And point has arrived here. Thielen drops it. Drops it. It's the highest drop percentage for any team in a decade. Part of that is McCarthy throws the ball really hard. But, hey, he's already struggling enough. Needs every bit of help he can get. 3rd and 17. Parsons getting a running start from linebacker. He's picked up this time.
Dude, throw the fucking ball. What the fuck you doing?
Devontae Wyatt's second of the game. He's doubled his season total, and the Pack has picked up 5 of them.
This pass rush now just gets to attack these heavy pass situations, moving Micah Parsons around. It just causes such chaos along the front. Gary just slightly misses, and now Wyatt, he just gets to keep cleaning up the pressure with the rest of this Green Bay front, and just nowhere for McCarthy to go, and just continues to hold the ball a little too long.
4th down and ugly. Right spot to Dobbs. Catches it with 2 hands like he's a receiver. And scoots down the sideline to the 40. Now McCarthy, just 9 out of 14 today. A drop, and then another sack. More plays for negative yards than positive yards. And the
Million adults, I struggle with moderate obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA. Got those breathing interruptions during sleep? The loud snoring, choking, and daytime fatigue? It could be OSA. Talk to your doctor, because there's nothing superhuman about ignoring OSA symptoms.
Tops and Wild, the Dream Team. Zootopia 2 is a wildly smart and outstanding sequel that's well worth the wait. Flash? We'll need to get across town. No problem. Disney Zootopia 2, rated PG, only theaters Wednesday.
Walmart's top brand gifts surprised every last who.
This going actually go to 2 hours. So I should be able to get views off of this.
Who knew?
Trying to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, Blazer.
I'm using my Android, so that's why I probably gonna get, and they need to be charged too.
A.J. Brown is a football star, but he also has Geico like a regular person, so we had one translate.
To achieve excellence, I imagine it, manifest it, and then boom.
Yeah, he saw one of those Geico ads online.
Seized it.
He switched to Geico.
Because Geico is like me, always open.
He means they're 24/7 claim support.
Always open.
No one can cover it. Except Geico.
You're not A.J. Brown, but we'll treat you like him.
Open 24/7.
It feels good to get the star treatment. It feels good to Geico.
Hey, did everyone ever tell you look like Jason Kelsey? I'm mistaken for Dan Campbell at least once a week.
We're going to work on the beard.
Well, for Minnesota in the second half, 3
Sacked
drives,
5 times today.
Now it's minus 22
Boy.
total yards. A lot of that has been the sacks. Now 5 total for Green Bay. And the frustrations for Jefferson and the Vikings and their fans across the world continue here from the 40. Love off play action will dump it over the top.
Of course, don't hit Joe Love, right? Punk ass.
For a first down. John Fitzpatrick, 2 catches his first 3 years in the league. That's his 7th one this year.
Clearly, they're just selling out Van Ginkel. He knows he's got to get this edge set. Fitzpatrick just blocks, and then just releases. And right now, Matt LaFleur can pretty much call anything he wants. This Vikings defense is reeling really ever since that muffed punt. And the score's probably not indicative of how they've played, but they're in a tough spot right now.
Now it's 30-17. Oh, Titans trying to play some football.
The center with the ball.
I give the Titans their brownie points. They doing better than the Vikings. They ain't down by no 20-point lead.
That's one of
At least they got 17 points.
And you're just like, please don't call my name. Yeah, right.
Something the Vikings cannot do. At least make it 2017. Jeez.
just had a nice first down on the previous play. You got to call me for offsides when literally the entire team jumped.
Seeing how bad Minnesota's offense has continued to struggle and how much Green Bay's defense
Total yards
has continued to dominate,
110.
does that make you at all more like the
20 minus
the
22.
offensive approach to the game stylistically as they dump this one off here? And a nice one-handed catch by Josh Wiley. Doesn't get much.
Yeah, so I think the simple answer is yes, right? You can play a more conservative offensive approach when you know the opposing team's threat to score. I mean, today probably the threat to score 10 feels like a lot. Let alone in the 20s, which is typically what the goal is of NFL defenses. You keep people under low 20s and teens, you're going to win a lot of games. But as the year goes
feel you,
on,
Jefferson. I feel your
the
frustration.
better you play offensively, the more you
This
attack.
is
I think Jordan
ridiculous.
Love has been really efficient today. The more points you score early, you can get your opponent out of that real conservative approach quickly and put them behind the sticks of what they want to be.
Second and long, Love will throw it again. Watson, did he have it before he stepped out? Looks like he did. Watson against Rodgers sets up third down at about 3. Frustrating season for the Vikings. Big expectations. Another frustrating day today, Pam.
Yes, Joe. But you're not seeing any outwardly frustration from down here. You may have heard J.J. McCarthy thank his teammates for having patience with him. He reiterated that when I spoke to him before the game, and I'll continue in a moment.
Out of this 3rd and 3 play with 8:20 to go. Van Ginkel to stop Wilson. Go ahead, Pam.
He said it means the world to him. Look, I'm 22, playing in the NFL, he said. He told me the veteran's attitude is also a sign of the culture Kevin O'Connell has established. McCarthy's so appreciative of players like 12-year veteran Adam Thielen. He told me, probably not for that drop, though. Thielen told me what makes it easy to be patient is the fact that McCarthy has so much potential. If he didn't, it may be different.
McCarthy told us that Justin Jefferson invited him over to his house to hang out Wednesday night after dinner. And he said, look, this is one of the most popular athletes in the world. Pretty easy to stay confident when you know you have a guy like that in your corner. Sharing his own struggles, inviting him, he said, to be vulnerable with his own. And boy, frustrations and the patience can only last so long, though.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Go all in on luxury with Taco Bell's Lux Cravings boxes.
Yeah, my iPhone charged for a minute.
The $7 box, extravagant, and the $9 box, indescribable with the new steak and poblano roll quesadilla. Choose your Lux Cravings box only at Taco Bell.
Why America's last best place is at risk.
If the public land that you use were sold off, could you run your business?
60 Minutes News, CBS Tonight. Justin Hartley stars in an all-new...
Are you ready to get this fixed? If there's any delay, it's your
Call Northern Ben Franklin today and get a new water heater installed complete for only $14.95.
Why wait?
Ask your prescriber about Wegovy today.
If you keep making that face, it's going to stay like that.
My own car insurance.
USAA. Grandpa was in the military. He shared membership with your mom so she could share with you. Easy.
USAA. Check if you're eligible today.
On a troubling fans bill by Dr. Pepper.
Our first away game and we're lost?
Pull over. I'll get directions.
And more Dr. Pepper.
What is this place?
Those kids, why aren't they watching college football?
And nobody's tailgating?
Don't they know it's Saturday?
Hey, you know how to get to the football stadium?
Football stadium? We don't kick off until Sunday here.
Jerry Jones?
We're in Proton.
We gotta get out of here.
Wait.
College football. It's a Pepper thing.
You're a maniac.
Can I just sit back and watch the powder keg explode?
Amy's looking at radio file.
I need to know whatever's on there.
This is gonna be fun.
You ought to lose your license. Doc, fall finale, Tuesday on Fox.
Our Fox NFL doubleheader continues next with America's Game of the Week. Eagles and Cowboys in an NFC showdown, or the Falcons and the Saints. You can check your local listings for the game in your area right here on Fox. We go from the north to the east. Defending champion against the Cowboys, who are still lurking there. I know it's not the overall record pretty, still a dangerous team. These Packers found out in that overtime tie game, 40-40 game earlier this year. So after the field goal, McManus will kick it. Price and Felton way back. And Price will take a knee. $7:36 to go. Micah Parsons, a well-deserved little break right here. He has wreaked havoc with his defense, especially in the second half.
Yeah, he just changes everything. He's really been doing it all season long, and everyone talks about what he does in the passing game, and of course it's easy to see those splash plays, the sacks, the ability to move him to all levels, but he's just as effective disrupting the run game. And I think it's an element probably of his game that doesn't get enough conversation, and he's truly one of the elite players in all of football, regardless of which side of the ball he plays.
Joins Reggie White as the only guys in NFL history, double-digit sacks, 5 straight seasons to start his career. Rashawn Gary gets there this time and forces an interception. Gary got his hand on it, and Isaiah McDuffie picked it off. So even with no Parsons on the field, the Packers still get to J.J. McCarthy, and it's Gary who's benefited as much as anybody from the ejection of Parsons.
Yeah, Rashawn Gary just runs the wide side. Christian Darrisaw, the starting left tackle, he's out of the game. So they go and they pick on his backup.
Oh,
Justin
my
School,
goodness.
and just everything that completely go wrong for the Vikings offensively today has now gone wrong.
The second half has been one of the worst halves of football I've ever watched.
In history, this is historically bad ball, and I think if you're a Vikings fan, there's some larger conversations at play here with, they went all in on free agency. Only the Patriots spent more. They felt like this roster was good enough to compete for a championship.
And in the second half, the offense, 9 plays, minus 21 yards, 2 turnovers, the one from the offense, the one from the special teams. And they say the runner was down 4. Progress was stopped before the ball came out there. It is so far from looking like a team that invested like that.
Yeah, so you go back to those decisions. So you back up and you say, okay.
Vikings a long way from the investment, my ass.
Jones in the building.
They need some.
All the conversations appear to be that they did try to re-sign him. He chose to go to Indianapolis, felt he had a better chance of beating out Anthony Richardson. Obviously, that turned out to be a great move for Daniel Jones. And they went all in on J.J. McCarthy. They felt with the offensive line and the skill players and this defense. And with Kevin O'Connell as a coach, he's proven he can really do wonders regardless of who's at quarterback. You put all that into the bucket, and you spend the second most money in free agency to go all in. If they don't have their quarterback, and again, this is 6 games, there's still time to kind of flush all this out. But at this moment right now, Vikings fans in the front office, they have to start asking themselves, if this doesn't get better, and we don't get better offensive production, we are in tough cap situation. These contracts are going to continue to hold us down, and just in a bad spot.
Now, $300 million in contracts that they handed out in the offseason, that was more than any other team in the NFC. You do that when you're seeing we are right there ready to win the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Timeout before that play clock runs out. We'll be back after a break and a message from State Farm.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the leadership of this captain, but getting that captain.
I buy motion on the port side. Missed again. I'm at it again.
What are we doing? So don't settle for just any insurance. And there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, squalls are coming.
Well, the other side, we started the day by saying this Green Bay team seems a little bit hard to figure out. Today they've done what they've had to. The defense has taken over. 23-6 they lead. The Lions are losing again, 27-17 against the Giants. Well, the Bears have taken a 10-point lead over the Steelers, but the division right there for the Packers, who are on the verge of going to 7-3-1.
Who cares?
3rd and 9 out of the timeout.
As long as they don't win that fucking Super Bowl, I'm straight.
Just get it off. Pressure coming.
Who the fuck cares?
Love downfield into traffic and incomplete. Almost picked off. 3 defenders around Dontavian Wicks there. Yeah, it's 4th down.
You heard that audio at the line of scrimmage. I mean, Jordan Love, he about moved the protection about 4 times. He said ridge, then he took it, which means, any of those words, of course, means you're taking it to the right. But then he wanted to move it back to Cashman on the left. A lot of pre-snap movement there, and that's what this Vikings defensive front can do to a quarterback. But when you bring up Green Bay, I mean, this division is right there for the taking to win this division. You mentioned Detroit's not playing as well as they have, and the way this defense is playing and Jordan Love at quarterback, it's a really good combination.
Miles Price shouting with all he's got in his lungs right there. He's never going to get close to a loose ball and a punt again. We welcome inside. Happy early Thanksgiving. Some places are starting the holiday week, right? Some schools have no school tomorrow, and off we go. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, buddy. You've got your son here today. How fun is that?
It's been great.
Family outing with the Davises.
Yeah, how about we're talking about this division, though. Everybody knew that the North would be tough. I think people thought the Bears could be a factor, but the fact that they're pacing the whole thing, it's fascinating.
The power of coaching. Ben Johnson, he was the belle of the ball for the last couple hiring cycles, and a lot of people, where is he going to land? He's being very selective on the job he ultimately takes. Of course, has a lot of faith in Caleb Williams and that Bears roster that he inherited. And
be quiet, sis.
People thought they'd get better. I don't know if people thought they'd get better.
Into the hands of Jefferson here. He's got 8. Packers still have to face the Bears twice, so get them December 7th.
Don't you start no shit.
Chicago December 20th. With this backloaded NFC North schedule, just 1 game they've played in the division. Week 1 against Detroit, where they got the win. Jones has first. We get a game break with Carissa.
Thank you so much, Joe. You guys were just talking about the Bears. Green Bay won't like this. They're up 3 on Pittsburgh. Kyle Monangai takes it right up the middle for the score. Bears up by 10 over the Steelers. Joe?
Yeah, no, that's way too big a lead. They got to get a little closer there. It's way too easy.
Yeah, they got a lot of fourth quarter magic in Chicago.
Always seems to come down to the last play for Chicago. McCarthy hangs in that pocket, now runs. Block from Hawkinson, and McCarthy slammed down by McDuffie. Winston as he gets up under 5 to play.
All right, so you know what you do to Micah Parsons? You just block him with everybody on the entire team. So look, so it starts with Brian O'Neill, then Will Fries. When the back gets involved, they said, listen, anybody else can sack us. We are going to block Micah Parsons. So good adjustment there, and it turns out 3 guys is enough.
It's like he saw that, he's like, okay, this is not fair. Like, I'm going to take this one off. More pressure coming here. Hawkinson, step by Javon Bullard. For a quick update, down to Pam.
Yeah, Joe, the left side of the Vikings offensive line is out. Left tackle Christian Darrisaw has a foot injury. Left guard Donovan Jackson, he's got an ankle injury. Their day is done.
And so just when they finally get totally healthy up front, first game all season, they've had the 5 offensive linemen they planned on having. They're going to finish this game without 2 of them. McCarthy down the seam and too tall and picked off. Second interception for the Packers the last 2 drives. Evan Williams, second week in a row, he's got 1. The finisher, they got to call Williams. Had the interception to seal the deal last week. And an interception late in the 4th quarter right here.
Yeah, they're going to try to have Jalen Naylor. He's the clear route. That's who the ball was intended for. And then you'll see Justin Jefferson, he's on the outside. He's running
And another pick. Oh my days. Oh my fucking days with him.
Vertical route just pops.
Somebody need to bench JJ.
Really where the ball's designed to go. You're trying to clear it out for Jefferson, but Jeff Hafley, this entire staff of Green Bay's defense, they have been.
He making Green Bay look like a fucking contender.
Really, if you just
come on, dude.
Want the tie on their record against the Cowboys in that crazy game, 40+ points. You take that game out, you can make an argument this is in the best, from a points perspective, this is the best defense in football.
And the best defense the Packers have had in decades. There have been some good ones. Willis is into the game at quarterback with 3.5 left.
And that the former Tennessee quarterback on the Packers?
Love left the game with the injury. Ran for first down.
Are you serious?
Strength, but he also 2 for 2 touchdown pass. And
Malik Willis, yeah.
Made the point after the game. We don't win that game without him coming in and doing what he did.
He was great. You know, and of course, everyone talks about the design run.
Could have been with the Titans.
That touchdown pass that he threw to Christian Watson, I still don't know how that ball even got through all the defenders and just magically appeared in Christian Watson's chest. But yeah, those plays that Jordan Love had to go out to get checked for injury, he came to life and kept him in that game.
He wasn't sure either, and he said, I joked him, you were not throwing that ball at him. And I was.
You said, yes, I was, coach, and you just move on.
Wow, as does Chris Brooks. Moves on for first down, and a couple running backs getting the biggest opportunity.
That's okay. Green Bay got to come to the Vikings at the end of the year here in Minnesota. That's okay.
Goes over 100 yards in his first start, and Brooks has gotten more snaps than any other game in his career.
You know I would never give Packers no credit.
Brooks in his second season with the Packers, spent his rookie year in Miami. Spot duty along the way, but a bigger role today with Jacobs out. They'll hope to have Jacobs back on Thursday, and that was part of the equation today. You didn't want to re-aggravate that knee, not be available for many games instead of just one. And so made the tough decision, especially for a guy that is wired the way he is, hates to come off of the field, has not missed a game as a Packer, but a tough decision to sit this one out, and they were fine without him. Down to the 2-minute warning. It has been all Packers, especially in the second half.
I kind of see Jefferson leaving the Vikings. If he tests the free agent market, I see it.
One or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything. In the GMC Sierra.
This don't make no sense.
Eligible GMC owners get 0% APR with a total value of over $11,500 on this Sierra 1500 model. That's 20% below MSRP.
Black Friday, well, shop, wait for now, month, bumper deals, yeah, these are steals, 80% less money spent.
They was, and I don't know what happened. I guess they were feeling themselves. I admit it. I guess they were feeling themselves week one when they beat the Bears in overtime.
I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to working from home, I got
in overtime that first night.
That means tidying up.
I don't know what the fuck they was thinking when they beat them that first game that open night. Hey guys, come on, play some ball.
You should join Visible. It's only $25.
Do you?
Unlimited data and hotspot, all on Verizon's 5G network for just.
I'm going to keep reminding you all week. Of course, I know you are.
Visible for $19
Why wouldn't you?
6 months. Visible. Live in the know.
As the moment the Packers go out the playoff picture, be put out.
Time, best time, all the time.
I can't wait to get my revenge on you when they miss the postseason or lose in the postseason. I cannot wait. Don't worry, your demise is coming. You'll get yours.
A medium drink. The 10-piece McNuggets meal for $8.
I got a special video for you, and your name gonna be on the live stream too soon. Soon when the Packers get knocked out, I'm gonna call you on one of those live streams.
Open the bar.
Just wait. Enjoy your regular season while you can. Enjoy it.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Wayfair. Every style, every home.
Yeah, the State Farm game break coming up next. After the Vikings and the Packers finish things up from here at Lambeau Field. Joe, Greg, and Pam. And the veterans continue to support J.J. McCarthy on another frustrating day for a guy who said, look, it's been sunshine and rainbows pretty much his whole
Y'all didn't make it yet. Y'all getting there, though. Bears will keep winning it. I don't know what's going on, man. I just don't get it no more. Vikings was the best team last year to win the division. I mean, I don't get it. What went wrong? What went wrong with the Vikings? And you got him off of the Tennessee. Tennessee was stupid to trade him.
Tough schedule coming up. They don't have to wait long before their next test. Thursday in Detroit, and then it's the Bears, and just dotted with NFC North opponents. Baltimore's caught.
You got offensive coordinator as your coach. Yeah, this is why I can't stand Green Bay.
Baltimore's down 10-3.
Stand Green Bay.
2 minutes ago, and they're now 20-10 over the Jets. That's first down for Willis. Might have said Buffalo, Baltimore. It's down 10-3, now up 20-10. Under a minute to go.
We're one kneel away, and this is it. And listen, for everything the Packers have been through, the ups and downs, some weeks they look like they've got it together. Other weeks,
former Titan playing for the enemy next door. How dare you?
This home fan base, they've had 2 rough home games in a row in losses to Philly and Carolina. To have a decisive division win at home, play well on both sides of the ball, is a big win for Green Bay for the rest of their season.
The defense holds the Vikings in the second half to 4 yards on 15 plays. They get 2 takeaways. They get 5 sacks in this game. And a relatively stress-free second half, 23-6 final score. Matt LaFleur's team moves to 7-3-1.
Vikings are now 4-7.
And we'll watch closely as the Bears and the Lions finish off their games.
Vikings and Titans should just do a trade for the number 1 draft pick because they.
Welcome to the State Farm.
I just don't get it no more with these guys.
And so the Packers move on with maybe their most dominant, complete game since week 1. We're going to get you a little bonus coverage in just a bit, but first, a reminder that Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys play America's Game of the Week, a big one against the Philadelphia Eagles. Dak has won 5 in a row against Philadelphia. That's coming up in a bit, but right now, we'll get you to Detroit, where the Lions are trying to come back after being down by 10 points in the fourth quarter against the Giants. Here's Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, and Megan O'Leary.
We welcome a new audience, those of you who have been watching the Packers and the Vikings. Green Bay goes to 7-3-1 in the NFC North. Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, Megan O'Leary from Ford Field in Detroit. The New York Giants with a 3-point lead over the 6-4 Detroit Lions. Jameis Winston making his second start at quarterback, took a hit, got rid of the football, and it's ruled an incomplete pass.
This is one of the first times the blitz actually gets home. There's Aiden Hutchinson. We haven't called his name much today. Relentless gets in there. Jameis Winston able to move that arm forward, so it's an incompletion as opposed to a fumble. Yeah, he definitely has control as he's moving his arm forward in that throwing motion.
Winston with 2 touchdown passes today. Also has a TD reception.
First time in his career.
On a triple
Well, at least
in this fourth quarter. 3rd down and 6. Winston's pass incomplete. There is a flag. Theo Johnson was the intended receiver. It's against the Lions. Officials get together. Referee Craig Wolstead.
This is Brian Branch. He's going up against Theo Johnson. Theo Johnson breaks into his route. Brian Branch.
Looked like he grabbed hold of the leg a tiny bit.
Tiny, I've seen worse. But we play on. They called it. Usually Brian Branch, really good at coverage. Kelvin Shepard said he's the reason I don't have to go nickel package because he's so good.
Yeah, I play the Lions on Thursday, so I'm not even worried. Sis. Nope. Not on this stream, nope. Or any other stream, nope.
Play on their opening possession, have not trailed. They scored 2 touchdowns on trick plays against this Lions defense. Detroit battling back. Giants have led by 10 points twice.
And I would say it takes a very special quarterback, Jameis Winston.
Yeah, look what y'all got.
To sit in the pocket the way he's done under a lot of duress. Get these timing down and hit him on the money.
There's Singletary.
You must have forgot about the Bears. Bears are #1 right now.
This one against the Giants. Holding. Offense to the 78.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
A couple of big plays. It went Winston.
I beg to differ. The hell you're not.
And then he connected with Wandale Robinson on a 39-yard completion for the Giants' first touchdown. And then wide receiver Gunnar Olszewski to the quarterback, Jameis Winston. His first career reception, he took it into the end zone. And then the celebration, that gave the Giants a 27-17 lead.
No.
Lions have a 49-yard touchdown run by Jahmyr Gibbs. 3-point game. Winston rolling to his right.
Packers will fail you. Don't worry. I'll be here right here for when it does. They're going to fail you. Just wait.
Man, it's good coverage all around, but just take a look at Hayden.
It's just a matter of time.
Going up against Jermaine Illuminar.
Get past Thanksgiving, go to December.
As Jameis Winston gets flushed out.
23-6. Okay, so what? The Lions got y'all on Thursday, and I can't wait to get up on Thursday morning and watch that game right away. And I'm going to call you out on the same night when the Lions beat the Packers. Matter of fact, you can get ready for a good stream on Thursday night, like if the Lions win on Thursday.
Stays on his feet, directing traffic. Now he throws, and it's caught. Wow! Theo Johnson on 3rd down and 17 makes the play for a Giants first down in Lions territory.
You're just watching them rush, and they play.
Packers play a very bad team in the Vikings, so what? I give you that. Vikings are a bad team this season. Last year there was fun. This year,
he keeps his eyes downfield.
Not so much.
Johnson, one of his favorite go-to guys, again coming up with a big play for the Giants.
39 yards from Winston to Johnson on 3rd and 17. To keep this
all right.
alive.
I talked to you. I got a video call from another Packer fan. She's a Packer fan. I'll talk to y'all later. Like, share, subscribe to T-Bechilln. Like and share. Like, share, and subscribe to Tony Lost Fight Games. See you, sis.
The Giants had not converted. They would have punted it back to the Lions. Look at that.